So let's create a dashboard. I hope Mohammed is clear to you. So let's create a separate dashboard with completely JavaScript code, not by using the drag and drop console. Okay.
Okay, good.
So mine, because the employee will try to see your JavaScript skills. My dashboard, say JS, JavaScript dashboard. Select template, basic mashup template. So, all right. So what I will do before I go and create this, I'll simply create a dashboard where I will simply call a data model. Okay. Let's say any dashboard. Say Ghost Training dashboard is there. Probably here we have created some objects, right? A lot of objects we have created. Okay, I'll simply create a new dashboard over here. Create new app, my blank app. Okay, my blank app. Open app. Over here, I'll simply call a data model from another dashboard. So in the sales and distribution, no, no, I will just I'll use the binary load and get the data model of another dashboard. Okay, so this is the binary load which we have here. Script editor. This is going to be a completely blank dashboard. All right, load, run, and stop. Now load the data. So we don't have any single code written over here except the binary load. Data has not been loaded because the okay, the data set is not created. I will just create it quickly. The folder connection. Okay. Document name is uh, QV path. Okay. Okay, already exists QB path 1. I'll call it. Well, let's not use it. It's taking the time. I'll simply take the supplier dashboard. Here we have few objects. Okay. Now, as I said, I need one dashboard to be at least called up here. Okay. So supplier underscore dashboard. I'll just have to choose this. Otherwise, you would not have any option to create either Hypercube or anything. Okay. So if you go back and just come back here, my dashboard.js. Now you see you don't have any option to either create a list or JavaScript or anything unless until you add a dashboard. Okay, so we will purely play with the JavaScript codes and the script. Here we will. I'll not take time to create all those HTML frameworks. I will just use the HTML frameworks like this. Like I'll have two dashboards, table, tr, td, and td. Width equal to 50 50%. So table width will be 100%. Okay. So inside which I will have all these divisions. So first and second, I'll take it to here. And third and fourth, I'll take it to here. I'll not do any drag and drop things. Okay, so I just create a very simple framework. So make it two slices of each screen. And the flex container, it has margin was very high. I'll use this 5px qv placeholder and this thing. Okay, yes, it's quite good now. All right, so this is good. So now earlier what we did, we dragged and placed here, but this is not going to be our today's process. So this only we have added only the code for this JavaScript. So open app function, we can basically create a variable where app equal to click dot get object open app. I instead of writing, I can simply copy that JavaScript code from the other dashboard. After this, I'll just copy, and then the dashboard name I'll change it. This has to be called open app inserted here. So the code block, we need to understand that it should be always inserted before the after the open app section. Open app section. So the dashboard name is supplier dashboard. That's it. Now it's time to add some hypercubes and some hypercube is basically a dimension and the list of dimensions and measures or the field which you want to create. So this is the option where we can create the hypercubes. Click here, click plus, Okay. Now Hypercube, what you can say, it is just a kind of a data set where you can have multiple number of dimensions and multiple number of measures over there, and those dimensions and measures reference ID. I repeat, a reference ID of those dimensions and measures will be called in the JavaScript function. And for each chart, for each type of chart, we have pre-created JavaScript methods. We will simply call them into the template. Okay. So and then we will pass the parameter. For dimension it needs X, for measure it needs Y value. Then the chart will be created in our framework. Okay. Okay. So we can either create a single database field or create a dimension or a measure. Okay. So the type of dimensions which you have, like the category, the CPER, the the major dimensions what we have is the customer, the month, not month. I don't need the month over here because month has all those values. Then product, yes, the product, this much it was there, and the basic values, and in the measures we want, when you choose it, you'll get the different type of values for measure. Like I have quantity, unit price, number of orders, number of products, number of customers. Okay. So basically these are the measures I could have over here. Okay. Now the mode is straight, pivot, and stack. I'll make it straight, which is a by default. Now suppress 0 if you will have some values in the measures and some values in the dimensions, those are null or 0. For null values will be always kept in the dimensions. Okay. In that case you can use suppress meshing. That means it will remove the data in the dimension field, those are null or blank. And in the measures are always evaluated, null will be counted as 0. If any product or any customer should have the value as 0, then I want that to be removed also. So in that case suppress 0. Okay. And rows, what are the rows? Basically how many records is going to be, how many data will be added to this hypercube in the data set. You can have more records also, but I'll add very few. So by default it is 20. Okay, just a kind of limit. And the callback function name, callback function means in which name you will call this data model. Okay. In an object could have input as a data model, and the data set name, dimension, and measure. So this name is very crucial. You should not give any name with space or any special character. You always give a fixed name. So in which name you can be able to call this hypercube. So this hypercube name I'll give as, this is a callback function. Okay, this should be treated as a function. HQ HQ training, hypercube training. Okay, this is the
Excuse sir,
function
it
I
will be
just
like
created is
alias.
hypercube training. Yes.
It will be like alias, something like that, alias name, but for report.
No, it's not alias for anything. Like when you're creating a table, okay, table has an alias name. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, something like that we can say. Like
But for report. Okay.
in this table, view, just like a table is a physical entity and view is a logical entity, where hypercube is just like a view. Okay, we have a lot of data in multiple data sources. Okay. And now where this data has come from, can you just imagine where the data has come from? This has came from the supplier dashboard,
Supply
because
dashboard.
I chosen this supplier dashboard and I call that variable name in the dashboard. Okay. So with this dashboard,
Okay.
first of all the application will be open inside this, and in this dashboard the hypercube will be created. Hypercube is basically the logical entity where on the one from the data from the dashboard will be called and stored over here logically, and from there the dimensions and measure are picked to the objects. Okay, so I just given a hypercube name. It just you can just treat this as a view, and this could be your alias name, you can say. You're right. So with this name this would be called. So this is what we call as hypercube, which is being created now. And the hypercube, those dimensions and measure which we have created in the hypercube, and based on basic properties and the data type of those values, it will be automatically created in the JavaScript part. As you can see here, let us understand this JavaScript code. Now what our effort is going to be here is we have this is a callback function. Callback function is the function which will initially loaded when you just the page will be loaded. This function will be called, which is called callback function. Okay, and this function will load the two things, like it will return the hypercubes data and open the app. Okay, app variable. From the app variable it will call the entire detail of the dashboard. Okay, Qlik Sense dashboard, and from there it will get the data informations like what are the dimensions and measures are there in the hypercubes. So app create cube. Cube is a small set of data which has the ability to store some number of data in form of dimensions and measure. It is a dimensional data storage unit. Okay, so it has height and width. What is width? Width means the number of columns in the cube are width. Okay, so we have some number of dimensions and some number of measures, which if you total it would be 9 dimensions. Okay, or measures. And height is basically how many records will be retrieved. Number of records 20. So dimension, first dimension, the list of the dimensions we can have here, it is just treating as a dimension array. Okay, this square bracket is treated as an array. Array means list of the variables can be stored together in a single variable. That's array. It's a single dimensional array. Now in the first in this dimension array we have category name. So first item of this array is this one. Okay, then comma, and then second one. Okay, then shipper name, then the third one customer name, fourth one product name, fifth, and then there are fourth, and there are fourth dimensions. So basically this dimension array is finished now. Okay, this is the dimension array. And now there's a measure array, q measures. So where we have list of measures like 1 quantity, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So how many items are there? 5 measures and 4 dimensions. That means what is the how many columns are there in the cube? Totally how much?
9 column.
9, right? Width is 9 and height is 20. You can make change anytime. You can make it top 200 records or top 20 records. Okay, so it will basically limit the dimensions or measures. So this is about the hypercube, and we can, and suppress 0 means all the dimensions, all the measures with 0 value will be suppressed or removed. All the dimensions with null will be removed. Okay, and mode is S, which is a standard, and these are all the default codes. And this is the basically the hypercube name which is being called over here, the function. Now this is all about the hypercube. This is a data set. We should not touch it ever here. And library ID is the unique ID which is given to the name. Label is not the name of this dimension over here. Label can be anything. Instead of category name, you can change it to category. Okay, but remember when you are calling this dimension to create an object, you have to call the library id. Clear, mouse? Ghosh. So just like we have a object and there is a object id, here we have dimension and there's a dimension id. So every dimension and measure has a library id which is unique in nature. Okay, so you can give alias, you can give product category, but in physically it was not there in product category, it was category name. So
Amit,
while just calling up this library, this should calling the physical entity of this data.
Amit, these changes can
Yes,
reflect in a dashboard.
yeah, that would be reflected. I mean, library it will not be reflected. It will reflect the data and where you have to change the property of the dashboard. Okay.
Okay.
So the sort is descending, sort order, all these are the basic property of a dimension and basic property of a measure. Now it's time to call or create an object in the Hypercube dashboard. Okay. So in each section we have created something. In the callback section we have called the initially call when the page will be loaded. When this will be called, this will call to this particular method and this will initiated, and this hypercube, this hypercube will be replying this. Okay, this function hypercube function is the function name and this is the function definition. Reply means these are all the values which will be replied to this, which will be loaded to this. So basically if you just remove this part, your hypercube will not be loaded to the page. All right, now let us create some JavaScript objects. Now we don't have to write the JavaScript code by yourself, because the JavaScript library is completely available, and I'll send you the code, I'll send you the materials to create the JavaScript objects on the fly. Okay, even if you have not created those objects in the Qlik Sense dashboard, over here you can clear, you can delete these, you can delete anything, but those objects will be available, those objects will be created. So I'm just going to send some code to you and some link where you can simply copy paste the JavaScript code to create the dimensions and measures in the dashboard. So we will stick to this. Here you see there is no hypercube, and the code is only this one. This one line code is there, but okay, we don't have hypercube. We don't have the callback function. Okay, did we have the callback function? No. Did you have the objects? This is only one line of objects. So whatever it is written behind the scenes, we never know. But here we will know that what are the properties of the objects is going to be.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the sample JavaScript code through which you can create any type of chart. Okay. So let us just copy it and paste it over here.
Sir,
Now
this code will create what? Exactly? To create what?
this code was created earlier. I just copied it, and you have the reference. You can take the reference from this library, Qlik Sense library, where you have JavaScript code for each control. Okay, and you just have to understand the type of dashboard tab type of object you want to put. Okay, so let us just understand this code first. It is app visualization create. So app is the function, the variable which we have already declared. Okay, app visualization is a function. Visualization is a class. Inside that there's a function or create bar chart. Okay, so you can change the bar chart to line chart, you can change the bar chart to pie chart also. And then these two are the dimensions and measures we need to put it over here. All right, so the basically the library id I'll put it here, and in the measure me0 quantity I'll try to put it here. So it should not be a count, the quantity is should be sum, right? Quantity should be sum. So this is the parameter. Dimension is this one, measure is this one. I'll create a very simple chart. So title should be shown, and title is no net score. I'll just give the title name as what? Category wise, category wise. I'll not give category, I'll just give product. Product D16 is here. This is product wise what? Quantity. Okay, now this is the simple code, and this is very crucial. Visualization. So qv01, now what is this qv01? Qv01 is the id of the division where this object will be plotted. Okay, so this is qv01. Here only that object will be plotted. Likewise, I'll create 2 3 4 objects, and I'll call all the objects and get the data over there. Okay, save, and I just added it, and then view. Click here, you'll get this dashboard. What is happening? Let me just change these dimensions for the product.
It's a parameter. It is showing, it is like parameter. Huh?
Yes. Quality, the product. Okay. Now the chat is simply
So,
created. Chat is created. So this is pretty much about the the process of creating the dashboard. I mean, this that was not there in the Qlik Sense dashboard. If you want to change it, You can also change the type. If you want to change it, you can also change the type, like from bar you can just change it to the chart type as pie. Okay, pie chart. That's it. Save it and refresh it. You'll see it is the product. Okay, so these are all the records which is showing over here. It's become a pie chart. Earlier it was showing was a bar chart, and the product, the title of this chart is product wise quantity, which I have already named it. Okay, so this is pretty much about the process of creating hyper dashboard by using hypercubes and calling it through the javascript function and creating the dashboard on the fly.